Hey there, I'm Patrick Franco, and this is my student Melly, who will be joining us today. We're gonna look at this pose called bridge pose, which is a back bend that you'll normally see during the back bend section of class, which comes towards the end of class. And there's also a version of it that's more restorative, which you can also use during the wind down section of class. And we'll look at both of these in this video today. Now, this pose does stretch and strengthen a number of different parts of the body. Specifically, it strengthens the feet and the ankles, the hamstrings and the glute muscles, as well as the spinal muscles. It also stretches the fronts of the quadriceps, the hip flexors. Because it's a back bend, it stretches and opens the muscles of the chest as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at bridge pose. Melly's gonna lie down on her back with her knees bent to start. The feet go underneath the knees and hip distance wide. That's the best place to start when we wanna get into bridge pose. From here, the next step is to press your heels down and lift your hips. Good. So this only gets you half of the way there. So she's pressing into her heels, her hamstrings and her glutes are engaged to keep the lift of her pelvis up. But now we need to get the chest open, and this is where the arms get involved. So typically we have to go from one side to the next to get the upper arm bones underneath the back so that our chest and collarbones can open even more. So she's gonna tilt to one side and then tuck one arm underneath. And then she's gonna tilt to the other side and tuck her other arm underneath. Now you might do that once, or you could do it once or twice more to really get your upper arm bones underneath the chest. Now from here, you might notice that she's opened up her chest even more because now she has the back shoulders and ribs firming forward and up so that the top of the chest can fully open. You can also now interlace your palms. And once you have the palms interlaced, pull the knuckles towards the heels and roll the upper arms down towards the floor or your yoga mat. This is perfect. You're gonna keep your head and face neutral, basically parallel to the ceiling, so you don't turn it to the side because you don't want to compromise your cervical spine in any way. And this is bridge pose. It's an active back bend. The hamstrings, the glutes, the upper back muscles are really working to support the opening in the chest as well as the hip flexors and pelvis. All right, so we're gonna look at the supported or the restorative version of bridge pose, in which we will place a block underneath the sacrum tailbone. And we know that there's three heights of the block: high, medium, or low. The key to this is that the block goes under your sacrum tailbone and not under your low back or lumbar spine. So I'm gonna give this block to Melly. We're gonna enter it the same way. She's gonna press her heels down, lift her hips, and then now when she does that, she'll place the block under her sacrum tailbone. And she can decide the height that's appropriate for her. What this block does is it supports the pelvis, so the muscles of the glutes don't have to work as much once you have the block under there. And you can also see that the block placement, that her lumbar spine is not affected in any way. From here, once you do have the block, you still might tuck your arms underneath your back a little bit so that you get more of an opening of your chest. And depending on how you aligned your block, you might be able to interlace your palms around the block, or you simply might just turn your palms to face the ceiling. So this is supported bridge. It's still a wonderful opening in the chest and the front of the pelvis, but you don't have to work as hard in order to make that happen. All right, so Melly can press her heels, lift her hips, slide the block out, and relax. There you have it, bridge pose. It can be both an active back bend or a supported back bend utilized during the wind down section of class. We'll see you on the mat next time.